Excited to have him. And the next part of that was finding a coach that would coach him. We couldn't have asked for anybody better to step up in this situation than Will Cook. His knowledge of the game is second to none. It's a man on the sideline when he was at our games that I often ask for advice from. So, being a Norwalk alum, we definitely welcome back onto our sidelines. Thank you.
Did you ever go out there and do that, Coach?
No, I did something small.
Before we get started with the
Your brother did too,
video,
didn't Eric? Because he was John's first coach, his first coach.
Coach McGee for having me back. I missed being
His son was
on Lacrosse.
He was the best.
But his son doesn't
Proud
have
glad to
anymore,
be
right?
back. And
So he
we had a good team this year. We had a great season. Our freshman parents, second to none. Okay, we wouldn't have had such a good season without them. We had 4 film review sessions at various people's houses. I'd like to thank Thomas Grimm's family, John Wilkins' family, Gil Araujo's family, and the Prescotts for putting up with us. We had a house party at the Whalen's house, and hoping that your neighbors are talking to you. And thanks to Mrs. Whalen for the photos that are going to be part of this video. I'd also like to thank Mrs. Whalen. I'd like to thank Mr. Wilkins, who did 95% of the filming. He's filming this right now. He gave up a lot to do that, because it's difficult to watch a game and film it at the same time. It's also difficult to watch a game and not make comments at the same time. Most of those comments have been edited. They're all positive, and you're going to hear a few of them in this video. So Mr. Wilkins, you can come up and have a great season. Okay, we ended up 5-4. There were a couple of coulda, woulda, shoulda hads. Double overtime against Greenwich. So we didn't have Cam for that one. The thing that's going to make you guys great is from now until next March. Okay, the season is when you showcase your skills. The off season is when you get better. You guys are going to hear this over and over again, and we're going to emphasize it. The off season is when you guys have got to get better in this game. Let me give you some stats. We were 5-4. We scored 62 goals versus 45. We scored 10 out of 35 XMOs. It's not a bad average. We gave up 6 out of 31 on man down. It's pretty stingy. Norwalk High School freshmen, 316 ground balls. Opponents, 166. There's not one team that beat us in ground balls. Face-offs, that was a different story. When we won the face-offs, we won the game. When we lost the face-offs, we lost the game. Face-offs are key, okay? And Coach is going to work on that with you. And you guys that want to face off, you got to work in the off season. Okay, it's so key. There's not a lot of first-time players that came to the banquet tonight. This was a tough team to be a first-year player on, because we had a lot of experience coming in, a lot of firepower, a lot of size. But I am proud of those players that stuck it out and came to all the practices, even though they didn't get a lot of playing time. And that's what a team's all about. And my hat's off to those guys, for sticking with us and doing that. What I'd like to do now is go through by position. And what I'm going to do is have you come up by position, all of you, so we can get a look at your mugs while I talk about you. So if I could get all the midfielders to come up here right now. It took me all year to this point to get Belshon to think that he was a midi and not an attack. right, we had a lot more than 4 midfielders. But these are the 4 that are here. What's that? No, he's with the defense. He likes the long ball. Yeah. Okay, so let's go in relative alphabetical order here. Okay, Derek Edwards. Derek, Old Navy Red. First-year player. Okay, he played that B-word sport before playing lacrosse. Baseball. Okay, but I would say that this young gentleman has been bitten by the lacrosse bug. Okay, Derek's quickness, his work ethic, and his desire is going to take him far in this sport. He saw a lot of JV playing time, as well as breaking somebody, I think, on the Blue Wave on the varsity level. He had 29 ground balls. He had 5 assists, 6 goals. Derek's first shot on goal went about 40 feet straight up in the air. Okay, his last shot on goal went in the back of the net. Okay, that type of improvement and his work ethic is why he's going to be one of the most improved players of the year.
Oh well, she's not the first. I'm surprised you haven't moved yet.
That would be Callahan. Mike pretty much did anything we asked him to do this year. He played some D-Midi, he was in on some XMO, he was on man down. Okay, last midi, John Wilkins. John pretty much played every position this year except goalie. And there was a moment there where he was practicing to do that. I think he's happy that he didn't have to. John did pretty much everything that was asked of him, 110%. He was one of our captains. John's a leader by example. He's a quiet leader, but you know, he works hard, and I think the other players see that and they respond to that. John got a lot of JV playing time, and he got a lot of varsity playing time at D-Midi as well. He had 7 assists, 5 goals, and a resounding 55 ground balls. 20 more than anybody else on the team. We had a little mix-up at the award place. The Hoover Award is not here, but John won the Hoover Award with 55 ground balls. Attack. Andrew Fitzgerald, or Fitz, okay? Fitzy got a lot better as the year went on, especially his post-goal celebration. First one was a little off the hook, as you guys would say. The second one was a little more subdued. Andrew had 2 goals for us this year. And I've been told that if you go to www.ilovefitz.com, you can join the Fitzy fan club. Okay, Thomas Grimm. Thomas is a man of few words, to say the least. I did actually hear Thomas speak, though, this season. Okay, I think Thomas maybe feels that he'll do his speaking on the field. He always has to stick with the correct hand. May not always catch it, but he always has to stick with the correct hand. He cuts hard, he rides hard, he works hard. That's a coach's dream, okay? Tough, hard-working kid that doesn't talk. We need more of that. Okay. He was second in goals for us with 11 goals. He had 1 assist and 6 ground balls. All right, we're jumping out of alphabet. Chris Valerie. Chris did a nice job for us this year at attack. He had Had to miss the last 2 games. I know he really wanted to play that McMahon game. He had 7 ground balls, 5 assists, 2 goals, and really did a good job for us on XM over Christmas. Cameron Prescott was another captain for us this year. 6 or 7 high honor students on this lacrosse team, and they just showed that by figuring out the alphabetical order. Almost. Almost. Okay, this is a pretty scary crew, guys. I think you saw that in the video. Teams definitely knew that they played us when they went home on the bus or getting iced down. I'm going to start out with Gil Arujo. Gil was a first-year player. Believe it or not, to see him play, you wouldn't believe it. He had 25 ground balls and 1 assist. He put a hurting on many of our opponents. He played freshman, he played JV, and he actually got to suit up for 1 or 2 varsity games. His hard work and desire to get better really showed. He was pretty much interchangeable with any of our other veteran defensemen that have been playing for years by the end of the year. For that reason, Gil is our second co-MVP, Most Improved Player of the Year. Kyle Capone. Kyle was another first-year player, and he had 1 ground ball, and he sort of caught a tough break early on in the season and was injured, so he missed a number of games. But his enthusiasm on the sidelines was unequaled. Maybe unequaled only by his mom's chicken wings, because if you came to any of our parties, like, they were delicious. So thank you, Mrs. Capone. As I was reviewing the films, we had volume in the films, and I'm still having nightmares over, and maybe Kyle will do it for us. If he gives you a "Let's go Norwalk" or "Get the bill," he's shy. He's shy. We'll do it at next year's banquet. But you know what? That type of enthusiasm and team spirit is really something that's important. So thank you, Kyle. Sam Cook, which is my son, by the way. Somebody do that. Being the coach's son is never easy, but Sam embraced it. He never called me dad at practice, and actually stopped calling me dad at home. It was pretty much, "What's for dinner, coach? I'll do my homework later, coach." We talked about lacrosse from when we got up in the morning until we went to bed at night, and I love that. Sam had 6 ground balls, and I'm proud. Keller, this kid never stops smiling. See that? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what. Could have done something wrong, could have slashed somebody in the head, and he was going to come off smiling. So it's hard to yell at him. Okay? But he didn't really slash that many people this year. He only had 1 penalty, Tyler. I looked through the book. Exactly. Well, he took a few, we'll get to that later when the JV program comes up. Tyler really works hard. He played freshman, he played JV. He was a beast on ground balls. He got 35, so he was the second leading ground ball person on the team. And he showed his offensive talents this year with 1 assist and 2 goals. Dave Klein. Ouch, ugh, and thud. Okay, that's what most opponents